The farm is situated very close to the historic village of Aughrim in East Galway. There's over 120 acres on the holding, and over 20 acres of that is purely devoted to nature on the farm. The rest of it is divided between part of the farm that we lease out, and then we have Connemara ponies, and we have some purebred Galway sheep as well. And we cut silage, organic silage and organic hay. So we've got multiple enterprises on the farm, and we also are very proud of the fact that we have a social farm running here as well. A lot of the work that we do here at Murray Meadows is all about the restoration of this wonderful native breed. So she's Ireland's native breed. She belongs to every county in Ireland, but she happens to be called Galway. There are less than 1,000 of this breed left in the world. This is a breed that was once in every single county in Ireland. It was from this wool, the wool from this sheep breed, that our iconic Irish knitwear industry was created. Then we began the importation of merino wool. And at that point, farmers started to swap to what are faster meat-producing breeds imported from Belgium, from Holland and from the UK. And sadly, our native Irish sheep, the Galway, started to become an almost extinct species here in Europe. It's this grass, it's that natural grass that Mother Nature gave us that converts the protein in the sheep into wool. And that wool then can be used in so many various different applications around our homes and our buildings. We could use it for insulation, we could use it in all aspects of construction. We could use it for soundproofing, we could work with maybe the likes of recording studios and places like that. There are so many applications. All we need is innovation and imagination. We're very passionate about our hedgerows, but we're also mindful of the fact that we have to do a little bit of hedgerow management. And from time to time, if we have any off-cuttings or dead branches, what we do is we bring them here to this one central location, and this is our Hedgehog Hotel. Hedgehogs haven't been seen in this particular location so far this year, but as you all know, they're a nocturnal species, so we've got to be down here with our flash lamps if we want to have a look at them. And why would we want to do that? The whole aspect of farming with nature is leave nature do its thing. Just you be a bystander and let them off and let them do their thing and they let you do your thing. But it's just a very simple idea of what can be done with just a few branches, a few brambles, a few off-cuttings. On the farm, it's important to us that all of the livestock are kept out all year round. It doesn't work for us to be able to bring these livestock into the sheds. What nature has given us here is a lovely grove of trees. It gives them shelter from the wind and shelter from the rain. So quite often you can come here in the months of January and the months of February and the months of March, and you'll find the sheep inside in here warm as toast. In conjunction with National Parks and Wildlife Services, we've actually dedicated 13 hectares of what was once bog and has now become our butterfly sanctuary. There is an abundance of the devil's bit sebaceous growing here. We can't actually identify it here right now because it's a little bit early in the season for it. But this is the plant that the butterflies absolutely love. So they thrive. So when the park services came out here, they realised that we had almost 3 acres of devil's bit sebaceous, and they said, right, let's see, can we find the marsh fritillary? So the marsh fritillary is a very rare species of butterfly in Europe, and we're hoping that the work that we do here, which is a grassland grazing management programme with the park services, will encourage more devil's bit sebaceous and therefore encourage more butterflies and draw in the marsh fritillary, and we hopefully become a partner with the national parks in helping restore the levels of marsh fritillary that we have here in the country. So what do? Well, we bring in our donkeys and our horses at various different stages during the grazing season. So they've identified a programme with us, and what they've said is that if we can control the grasses the way they're grown here, that it will actually encourage the plants and the flowering plants to grow more, and therefore the pollinators are actually starting to get right down into the actual flowers and suck up all that wonderful natural nectar that's here in this particular part of the farm. We can't graze it with sheep, so we've had to put in a very extensive sheep fencing system to keep the sheep out. Unfortunately, if the sheep got in, they'd also go after the good stuff and they'd clear it all out. Nature has a wonderful way of bringing colour onto the farm, and how better to be able to explore it than here with this very native hawthorn bush. So all around the farm we have kilometres of natural hedgerows. So they're made up of sycamore, they're made up of elder, they're made up of hawthorn, and they're made up of our sloe bushes. So the reason why we like these on the farm is, even though they're beautiful now at this time of the year, It's actually brilliant in autumn to be able to see the birds feeding off them. So they produce a lovely haw, which is sort of like a red berry. People have in the past used it for making jams and preserves, but we like to leave them on the trees so that the birdies can come along in autumn and build up their fat system and build up a little bit of energy for themselves to get them through the winter. But as you can see, the flower is very beautiful. And traditionally on a lot of Irish farms, what the women in the farm would have done is they would have taken some of the flower off this bush and they would have decorated it with eggs, which was traditionally known as the May bush. And what that did was it brought fertility and prosperity to the farm for the rest of the season.
My perspective, I suppose it's from a young lad growing up. I was on the outskirts of Waterford. It was easy access into nature, into farms. My in-laws had a farm, my godfather had a farm, so I often spent the summers there. Loved the place and loved nature, loved being around animals.